Magical boy transformation! Okay! I am clearly a huge anime fan. As a teenager, I was an obsessive weeb, lacking social skills and little to no emotional intelligence. Anime was life. My very first tattoo was a tattoo of Goku, and that should tell you how important it was to me. Growing up watching Toonami, I was fascinated with Japanese culture, or at least what I picked up from all the anime series that I loved. But being that weird kid from the hood who liked foreign cartoons and had little people to discuss the culture in depth with, I made the worst mistake any beginner anime fan would make. Thinking that this is an accurate portrayal of Japanese culture. Cringe. Super cringe. But imagine fueling that mindset since you were 6 years old, and then watching series after series and reading manga after manga, viewing highly inaccurate message boards and the rumors of that one kid who swore that he's been to Tokyo once.
That's right, Quentin, I knew your ass was lying.
Well, my expectations were shattered the moment I got a chance to meet a Japanese girl in real life. When I moved to Hawaii to go to college, I met two very special people on my orientation day. Oh yeah, you guys don't know anything about me yet. If you'd like to learn about how I ended up in Hawaii, type Juju's Bizarre Adventure in the comments. Anyway, the first was Cam Cam. She had streaks of turquoise in her hair, smoked cigarettes, and was the most nerd-friendly girl that I'd ever met to this day. She was hip to all the latest video games and brought a few consoles with her. She was a free-spirited California native who was cooler than the other side of the pillow. She was the very first person to say hello to me at orientation, and it's all because I was wearing a Legend of Zelda shirt, which I didn't know anything about. I just liked the shirt. I knew immediately this girl would be an awesome friend. After introducing ourselves, Cam Cam told me that she had a roommate from Japan. This roommate happened to share the name of a famous Final Fantasy character and is already annoyed at how many Americans have referenced this character when learning about her name. What's this? A Japanese girl? With a cool name from an awesome video game franchise. I was ridiculously excited to meet her. For the sake of the story though, I'm gonna call her Yuri. We get to the student center for an orientation speech and walk towards Yuri. I swear, the clouds parted, shining a divine light on her, and a heavenly chorus of angels sang. Who was this goddess from my dreams? Small and petite with a beauty mark on her cheek and such soft features. Long, glistening hair dyed an auburn brown color and a beautiful smile. She often wore a fashion statement universally categorized to be a hot girl essential worldwide. Big hoops. But most importantly, from my personal taste, she had bangs. Sidebar, I have an unhealthy obsession with bangs. They can make any woman 45% more attractive in my opinion. This will be a reoccurring theme in many future videos. Yuri was from an area in Japan famous for its beer. She was a dancer and dance was life for her. It was her passion above all. I figured it was fate that the universe placed me in position to meet Cam Cam and in turn meet Yuri. From that moment, I decided to become best friends with Cam Cam because she was already the coolest girl I had ever met. But simultaneously, she could put in a good word for me with her fine-ass roommate. Mission selected. But I had no skill to execute this mission properly. I had not yet emerged into the captain class energy of main damey status. I was still a young gun trying to figure it all out. Gentlemen, if you haven't learned this lesson yet, learn it from my past mistake. A wise man once said, if you treat a woman like a celebrity, then she'll treat you like a fan. Truer words were never spoken, my friends. Celebrities appreciate their fans, but the chasm between the status of themselves and the admiration of the fan elevates that celebrity to a height to look down on the fan, whether they want to look down on them or not. I put this girl on the highest pedestal I had ever placed anyone. This was a girl from the land that gave the world Dragon Ball Z. And she had bangs. But who was I? Some cheese puff with no backbone, existential angst, insecurity, low self-esteem, and zero self-respect? In my head, this girl was a goddess. And I was no one. So what did I do to try to win her over? Annoy the living shit out of her by asking her dumb weeaboo questions first, follow that up with constant compliments that were hella moist because I didn't have the balls to say something real. And you know what? This girl hated me. She was disgusted with my fanatic behavior and avoided me like the plague. She didn't want to ever be around me. Go home, Roger. Hell, I was so not a threat, I was never even informed that she had a long-distance boyfriend back in Japan. At that point, I gave up. But I did realize something strange, yet important. Growing up with older sisters, I was taught from an early age to be extremely polite with women. But my superego went overboard with this, and I behaved too nice to ever be taken seriously by anyone, let alone women. But I had a roommate who changed my perception on things. His name was Maximilian Pegasus. Not really, but that's what I'm gonna call him. Pegasus was a loudmouth pothead whose amount of cursing could make a sailor offended. He knew how to say the most irritating thing to get under your skin and make you feel like a little wuss if you were the slightest bit insecure. He never held his tongue, and he was always himself, no matter what. Whoever didn't like him. He was indiscriminate with his teasing. He'll do it to you, he'll do it to me, and he'll do it to that hot girl you'd never talk to as well. He was even this way around Yuri, and she would laugh at his jokes, even if they did seem tasteless. As much of an obnoxious pain in the ass he might have been, for some reason you just can't help but like the guy. Something about him was genuine. So I took a page from his book and just started being me. Cam never had any issues with me, but of course she didn't. I didn't act that way around her. I realized that I was treating Yuri differently than I would treat everyone else, even the person closest to her. The craziest thing happened. Yuri started to like me. Not like me, but not hate me. She was cool with me coming around, and we developed our own relationship. We had inside jokes and got to know each other as people. Who would have thought that treating her like a regular person and not some demigod would get me closer to her? And being genuine felt a whole lot better anyway. So now I was actual friends with both Cam and Yuri. Cam introduced me to so many aspects of the world. She had a tattoo on her forearm of the PlayStation button symbols that I was there to witness her get done. How much more awesome could you get than that? She was the person who influenced me to get my Goku tattoo, and even came with me on the big day to get it done. She introduced me to all things EDM and rave culture. She was a great wing woman for me whenever I could actually talk to a girl, and she was never rude or mean to me. She was a true friend. It was so much fun to be around her all the time. I spent so much time plotting on how to get Yuri that I totally forgot how amazing Cam was in the first place. I was an idiot who was thinking with his dangle and not his heart. To this day, I still feel like a total jerk about it all, especially because of what happened next. Bad news arrived and Cam would be leaving the school and not coming back next semester. We were gonna lose our friend, and in an instant, she was gone. And once she was gone, the friendship quadrupled. We missed her, and having each other around helped to fill the void of our beloved comrade's disappearance. We hung out every day and did all the same activities we would do with Cam to honor her. We watched YouTube videos together and ate lunch and dinner together. We were inseparable. A few people even asked me if we were dating, to which I'd always answer, her? Me? A couple? Dating? No, we're just really close friends. But the questioning did have me intrigued. I mean, things went from the ninth circle of hell freezing cold to warm and fuzzy with this girl. Could it be? This might actually be my chance? Hell no! When is life ever that easy, my ninja? Never. Before I could even process the thought of imagining shooting a shot, a new guy came in that semester and did not hesitate to come and sweep her off her feet. He came and scooped her up like a giant hawk to a tiny little mouse. He saw an opportunity and he went for it. And how could I blame her for going in that direction? This ninja had me totally outclassed. He was older than me, he was fitter than me, he was smoother with the ladies than me, he was more mature than me, his style was less teenage angst than me, he was biracial, which doesn't make him better, but the mix gave him a cool hair color. And the biggest trump card of all, he danced. Not only did he dance, but he actually enjoyed dancing, and he was decent at it. If there's one thing I hate, it's dancing. And I don't mean as an art form, I mean as in participating in it. I loathe clubs. I don't like to dance. I know it would get me so much more action with women, but I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to miss out on all those women because I hate dancing. Combine that with this Chris Brown aesthetic and it was a wrap. I, being the one rhythmless Jamaican on earth, did not stand a chance. A guy with the balls to talk to her and common interests got to her first. And he was a cool guy, so I befriended him as well. Fast forward, they have a big falling out and he doesn't return next semester. And neither does she. I thought she was gone forever. Months later, I found out she went to a different school that was less expensive, and she was keeping things kinda low-key. For whatever reason, I didn't put in the effort to keep trying to hang out with her due to the distance. I totally regret it. We're still in contact and talk from time to time, but it isn't the same as the golden era we experienced before the separation. To make matters worse, I haven't actually talked to Cam in years, and it's all my fault. I just haven't taken the time to reach out to her and say hello. Even now, I just made half a video about her and I still haven't said anything yet. I've been a terrible friend, and for that, I'm sorry. But moral of the story is, be genuine. People will either like you or they won't. But sucking up to someone to get them to like you will most likely result in them not liking you. Stay close to your friends even through distance and separation, and most of all, understand that no woman wants a fan club. Peace. I just want to take this time to thank anybody who's actually watching these videos. It's something I've always wanted to do my whole life, and I'm finally doing it. So thanks for participating in this dream with me. I still have a million stories about my personal life to tell, and I'm just super excited to get this out to you guys. Much love to all of you.